All right, so if today's leak is true, let me tell you what, CD Projekt Red is definitely not giving up on Cyberpunk at all. Check out the headline right here. This is what we're going to be talking about. It says big Cyberpunk leak reveals major update and 2023 plans. We could be in for a very big surprise. So we're going to talk about that. And also, how does it line up with CD Projekt Red's actual official plans? We're going to dive into that as well. Plus, how is Cyberpunk faring right now in terms of popularity despite CD Projekt going basically radio silent on us? And you have got to see this one. We're going to be talking about a brand new game in development from former CD Projekt Red developers. And yes, it takes place in feudal Japan. If you guys know me, I love Ghost of Tsushima, so I'm really hyped to see what this new game is all about. We'll talk about it here as well. But first, check this out. So in the past few months, I have discovered something amazing. Let me tell you what, it has saved me so much time and it has definitely improved my life overall. If you're like me, you're wanting to eat healthy and delicious foods, but you're not wanting to spend hours and hours in the kitchen prepping meals and cleaning dishes. I mean, I'd like to go back to enjoying things that I love, like gaming, for example. Now, Factor is the ultimate meal kit solution, offering chef-created meals that are highly nutritional and are ready to eat in 2 minutes or less, require no meal prep, no more hassle cleaning up dishes. It's been honestly a dream come true. And I've been very, very satisfied with Factor so far. And if you want to join me and check it out for yourself, follow my link in the description below or go to go.factor75.com and use code POG130 to get $130 off across 6 boxes. Now I know I've been sick and tired of feeling, well, sick and tired because of fast food. Factor meals arrive pre-prepared, and these meals are also chef-prepared meals, meaning these meals are going to be tasty and make you feel better so you have more energy to do the things you love. And there's tons of tasty options so you never get bored. You can grab an already prepared smoothie or keto shake for a quick snack, or heat up a chef quality meal within 2 minutes. There's tons of meal plans with a rotating weekly menu of 27 plus meal options and 33 plus add-ons like smoothies, keto shakes, desserts, and more. Just because you're eating healthy does not mean it has to be boring. So if you want to join me and check it out for yourself, follow my link in the description below or go to go.factor75.com and use POGOWG130 to get $130 off across 6 boxes. So check it out. All right, so back to what's happening with Cyberpunk 2077. So first of all, I have to show you guys this right here. I was so impressed. It says here is a 3D printed Max dock. As you can see, it looks like the real counterpart from Cyberpunk 2077. And someone in the comments actually mentioned they would load it up with caffeine, which I found absolutely hilarious. What a way to start your day with that. But anyway, a lot of you guys are curious about this headline right here. Dun, dun. It says big Cyberpunk leak reveals major update and those 2023 plans. Now, before we get into this leak, a word of warning, as always, with any leak, take it with a grain of salt. Please guard your feelings, your hype levels regarding leaks. But what is interesting about this leak, I will say this, it is kind of lining up with some of the official things happening around CD Projekt Red. So let's get into the leak right now, shall we? So it says this, the future of Cyberpunk, posted by Anonymous. How mysterious. Now it says a lot of fake rumors and LARPers showing up my chooms, so I'll say this once and clear up the roadmap for you. Our management is too incompetent, so I just take it into my own hands. How bold. Now it says August 24th, final anniversary stream and beginning of marketing for expansion trailer at end. Now I have speculated myself that they would begin showcasing stuff, I believe, at the end of August or near the beginning of September. There's many reasons for this, but primarily they want to show off for investors around investor related calls and whatever they showcase. And yes, remember, we do have stuff happening around early September. Officially, this is official stuff. Consolidated semi-annual report, of course, for CD Projekt overall. And of course, they're going to talk about Cyberpunk, I do believe. And they want to really get investors excited. So I would imagine that they would want to showcase something related to Cyberpunk 2077. Now, it goes on to say this right here, September 7th, Red Stream Major Update 1.8. Now that got me interested. I was like, it's not called Update 1.6. It's called Update 1.8. Supposedly, remember, this is a leak, but we got to look into, of course, the history, the track record of what happens with patches and updates for Cyberpunk. So let's pull that up real fast. And this is official stuff, by the way. As you can see, we have the major updates with the flowers by them. We have patch 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and then all of a sudden, something interesting happens. We have it where it skips 1.4 and we get into patch 1.5. Between these two updates, between patch 1.3 and 1.5, it was like 6 months. And guess what? We are overdue. We're like practically in that 6-month range. And it would make sense that patch 1.6 might actually be called something else to indicate that this patch might be considered a major update or something more significant than just a regular update. And they might want to catch people's attention with that, of course. So just maybe this could actually pan out true, this part where it says update 1.8. So that's interesting. That's one of the first times I've actually heard the term update 1.8 being used for the next update. So, very curious indeed. Now we have September 9th right here. It says launch of Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Man, oh man, let me tell you what. I am so hyped for Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Let's switch over to that trailer. It is looking nice. I cannot wait for this one. Let me know if you guys are as hyped as me. But yeah, it's looking really, really sharp. All right, so check this out right here. Now, it goes on to claim this for the first week of October, November, December, January, February, and March. Night City Wire will return detailing features and characters from the upcoming big expansion. It's supposedly 3 times the length of the base game. All right, I'm going to say, to me, that sounds like a very big stretch to expect the expansion to be bigger than the base game, especially based on previous rumors that we would be getting less story content for the expansion compared to the base game. Again, a lot of this is leaks and rumors and that sort of thing. So that's where, to me, the leak seems a little bit shady right there. However, what is interesting, okay, hear me out here, is the world stories. They're supposedly being dubbed world stories, and that this would be multi-tiered, multi-part side missions that connect with each other. A la, yes, you know, Ghost of Tsushima. I love this game. Can't get enough of it. More studios need to study what they did with their side activities, how they interconnected them through story. It drives players to the finale, in my opinion. So yeah, it seems like that could maybe make it an extremely long experience. I don't know. We'll have to wait and find out. But I am very excited to find out more about those world stories. Now, let's get into the final bit of this leak. It says March 2023, soft relaunch update 2.0 and expansion release. Also the release of much requested third-person perspective and reintroduction of cutscenes. Expect to revive the game and sell millions of copies. It's been worked on since the release of 1.3. Again, you know, we have heard rumors and we've seen officially on the official job listings page for Cyberpunk 2077 that they are hiring for third-person perspective, but they changed that for the Witcher series and Cyberpunk. So it's like for both, that could indicate that, you know, for Cyberpunk 2 or something like that. But God, can you imagine the excitement level if we did actually get an official third-person perspective? Now, would they go into the actual game itself and rework every single cutscene for the vanilla base game and make it to where you could see your character? I'm going to say that's so doubtful in my mind. I think they're going to hyper-focus first and foremost on the expansion in any way, shape, and form. And if we do see third-person cutscenes, it'd probably be there, where they would experiment with something like that, perhaps. But honestly, I think they may keep it the same, considering that they're also very interested in jumping into Unreal Engine 5 for practically everything that they do here. But let me know what you think of this leak. Do you think it's tangible? Do you think it could actually happen? There's some things that make me scratch my head about the leak, but also there are some timelines in there that are matching up with some official stuff. Again, with leaks, it could go any way, but I am curious to see what happens. Overall, though, I am super excited for, of course, the big expansion, and update 1.6. Because in my opinion, update 1.5 was not disappointing. It was actually really, really good. All right, so there is another leak that I wanted to highlight. It was right here. It goes on to say this Cyberpunk patch soon. GeForce Now builds have only ever been dropped a couple days before an update release. Is 1.6 going to cure or be the crappiest update yet? And, you know, he's claiming that this update is dropping extremely soon, like practically imminent. We have this image right here showcasing that supposedly GeForce Now has been updated to Cyberpunk 2077. When I go to the official Steam database page and we take a look at what is going on with GeForce Now updates, what I see is nothing really. I do see Death Branch 2 5 days ago, but GeForce Now was updated 4 months ago. No indication whatsoever that, you know, this update 1.8 or 1.6, whatever you want to call it, is going to be releasing like imminently, like tomorrow or something like that. But who knows? And with this leak right here, I'm not seeing any dates. One of the most critical things with leaks is that there has to be some sort of tangible date attached to it, and it's very, very generic right there. That could be a screenshot from, I don't know, the initial release or whatever. But yeah, a lot of you are wondering, hey, Robbie, how is Cyberpunk actually performing overall? And, you know, it's so-so. Of course, it's late at night right now for me. We have less than 8,000 players on. 24-hour peak is 11,000. This is actually kind of decent numbers considering that, yeah, CD Projekt has been very radio silent about Cyberpunk 2077. We've got no updates, no free DLC. So I'm pretty impressed by your willpower, all of you, the community, for sticking together and playing Cyberpunk. I find it really, really impressive and also refreshing. Seems like there's a lot of hope about this one. Now, check this out right here. The headline says this: The Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk veterans are creating an action game set in feudal Japan. I kid you not, one of my favorite settings ever. And right now I'm actually replaying Ghost of Tsushima. I'm on Iki Island, and man, oh man, this game is absolutely beautiful. If you haven't checked it out, you're doing yourself a major disservice. I will always talk highly about this game. But let's get into what former CD Projekt devs are actually working on related to this game, shall we? So check this out. Here is some looks at the first look, I guess you would say, at the concept art. This is an actual graphics, of course. We're going to scroll down into the actual game details because it's not what you think. It goes on to say this online action game is an FPP, online multiplayer, co-op, PvP, and PvE, but it's also on Unreal Engine 5, which has me very, very curious. Now, it goes on to say the following right here: our goal is to create highly exciting online experience that focus on both cooperation and rivalry, We're fascinated by the interpersonal interactions, alliances, daring confrontation, unexpected twists of events. Interesting. Goes on to basically describe that they're building this very dark fantasy world set in feudal Japan. It has a locomotion system that allows players to perform incredible evolutions, such as running on arrows that were fired by other players, fast climbing on vertical surfaces, and yeah, it's got all the weapons that you would expect from a samurai, ninja, different classes, that sort of thing. But it's interesting that it has PvE and PvP. I myself would be more interested in the PvE part of the game. But it sounds like you could roam around this world, interact with NPCs. They're going to have villagers, all sorts of different social situations that you could get in with this game. And of course, it's going to be, set in feudal Japan. Now, it's going to be on PC, Xbox Series X and S, and of course, PlayStation 5. So it's looking like it is a next-gen title. So I thought that was really, really cool, and I'm curious to see how this one turns out. They are calling themselves an indie studio, and they have major talent, of course, from the Witcher franchise and Cyberpunk 2077. So, again, who knows how this one will pan out, but I'm going to keep my eye on it for you guys for sure and let you know what happens with that one. All right, I think you guys know what time it is. It is time for your top comments. Remember, leave a comment down below. It could end up right here in a future video, but let's do this. My recent Cyberpunk video was called The Biggest DLC Leak Ever, confirmed by CD Projekt Red, new update. So yeah, CD Projekt Red kind of accidentally confirmed that leak. And of course, not all of it might pan out to be true. Some things may be work in progress and dropped out. You know, who knows? But they accidentally confirmed that leak because they had it removed. They requested, you know, that sort of leak to be removed from certain websites and stuff like that. But it kind of got out of control and everyone reported on it. So they really couldn't control it. But anyway, let's see what you guys had to say about this leak. Remember, check it out on my channel if you want to. But goes on to say this right here. We have this comment from Makaria Hunter, who says, anyone else want New Game Plus while we're waiting for the DLC? I've been dying to get back in the game after I beat it 100%. I think that's by far one of the most requested features is New Game Plus. Then we have Saul Shady, who says the DLC needs to expand on Pacifica and the Badlands. It felt too empty in terms of quests and interactions. Yeah, I want the combat zone. I remember being so hyped for that combat zone and, you know, going into an area that was going to be very, very difficult. Perhaps you can venture in there at the beginning of the game and then get killed immediately. But you would know that you would end up there eventually. You'd level up and get to the point where, hey, I can handle myself in the combat zone. And it should have, in my opinion, acted like some sort of in-game extension. But yeah, that never really happened. So I hope they really flesh it out for this expansion. Now, we have Ganta who says this. I really hope that this encounter CD Projekt Red is implementing with the DLC aren't the only things to make Night City feel alive. So he's talking about random encounters. I'm talking about better NPC interactions to you and a variety of their interactions with the world, dialogue, activities, etc. It would be cool to see more world activities like mini games, perhaps new Ripper Dock animations, max tack, chase encounters. Yes, absolutely. Flying cars, a working metro system. Now, working metro system, that is confirmed not to be happening at all. The new animations for eating and buying things at street food vendors and stores, expanded romance options, and maybe even the return of the cut wall running feature for combat. I've always said the way they would return that feature in the game is through mega buildings. That would be my personal way that they would want to do it. If they could have like a mega building DLC and you could run around in a mega building in a really, really cool fashion. That way CD Projekt Red devs aren't too overwhelmed about adding wall running techniques to every single surface in Night City. Because at this point, I don't think it's possible. But hey, mega buildings, I think it could be possible. And then he goes on to say this right here. It's a lot, but honestly, for some reason, there are things I expected pre-release. I mean, the next generation open world RPG should be next gen, right? I don't want to sound ungrateful for what they've done and what they're working on. I'm just worried that Cyberpunk will never live up to what it could be. But yeah, who knows? I don't know if it will ever live up to what it could be, of course. But if update 1.6 is called update 1.8, you never know. But anyway, there it is. The latest happenings around Cyberpunk 2077. Thank you all so much for the love and support on the videos. And let me know what you make of the leaks. I'm just reporting on those right now until we actually get into more official stuff. It would be really, really cool if they did start up Night City Wire again. I was so hyped whenever they would release a new developer insight type video through Night City Wire. So yeah, that'd be awesome if they could just return to that for the expansion or something like that. But anyway, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more, and I will see you all next time. Take care.